All right, so I am rolling up to one of my neighbor's houses about 7 doors up from my house, and they are getting their roof and their gutters cleaned today, and it is the second job of the day. Mac has already done one roof job, and this is actually a second time using this roof pump. We got a new roof pump all by himself, solo, and he had said the first job went smoothly. It was a much smaller house than what we're about to do, but I'm hoping with this new pump, we are gonna be able to eliminate a lot of ladder work. We're gonna be able to eliminate just getting up on the roof as much as we had been, because we're going to get a bunch more distance. We've been using the 12 volt, we've been using the 24 volt. This is something new. We've used them in the past, but you know, I figured again, just something that, you know, we can add to the arsenal and just make us a little bit more diverse in what we're capable of doing. Let's go check them out. Matt and Matthew, like I said, they're there, they're getting set up, and let's go check in. This job, roof job, this is a big ass house.
Yes.
We're doing the roof, we're doing all the gutters. You have already done all the gutters, and you're gonna rinse off all the debris from the bottom, make sure everything looks good, do all the cleanup on the ground. And how bad were the gutters?
They're pretty bad.
Yeah. So I know the front was really bad. We got up on the side and saw that they got some really shitty leaf guard of some sort that are falling apart, not good, causing more problems probably than good. So now we're gonna tackle the roof. Now, this is gonna be your second job solo with the new roof wash system.
Correct.
Your first one went well, you just came back, you did a roof. How did that go?
Very well.
Okay, perfect. Adequate flow, any issues at all?
Nope, not at all.
Perfect. I spent a lot of time getting that thing set up. It looks a lot different now than it did from...
But you can tell it was all worth it.
Yeah, so definitely looking good. We'll do a little walkthrough on that and what we did to get it all up and operational, looking good and functioning properly. So yeah, I'll let you get to the roof.
Cool.
And what are you gonna do, hold the ladder? All right, so Mac, we were at the last job. You were at the last job, I wasn't there. And when I came here, you had this full on, right?
Yes.
Full percent. This is our chemical, this is the water, and of course this is a surfactant. Anyway, we always leave this on 100%, right? Because we always want water coming in. We've got our mix up there. So then what we've got is our main adjustment is the bleach. So you can go halfway and you're gonna get a pretty strong mix. That's kind of where I was getting it for this roof, because it's not terrible. And Matt came over and he goes, no, we need to crank it up. And I said, well, this roof's not that bad, but you were saying the last roof was terrible and you had to actually hit it 3 times until you cranked it up.
Yep.
And that was the magic sauce.
I cranked it up and it got it.
Perfect. Well, cool. So I'm gonna let you get started and we'll go from there.
Cool.
And so if you're running an AR-45, you really want to have it on about half throttle, which is ideal, because you don't want this gauge to go, you know, way too high. So he's not released it yet, and it's hovering at about 190. When he pulls that trigger, you're going to see that it dives down, but we just don't want to build up enough pressure. So there it goes. He just pulled the trigger.
Starting to come out.
Yep.
So now we're going to start on the roof.
Let's go. Okay, so what we've got here is an AR-45. This is a gas-powered pump. We still have some electric pumps on the trailer, of course. We just needed something just in addition to complement everything else that we had going on. It's a little gas-powered diaphragm pump, and we've got a proportioner set up. I had to build a rack. If you get in here, you can see how to weld up a rack, get everything situated. It is bolted down. It's on isolation blocks, so it, you know, dampens the vibrations. But yeah, this thing is pulling great. There's about 25 feet of bypass hose that's going to help cool down, keep everything, you know, going good. We're going to try to keep this right at about, you know, right under 200 PSI. This thing can put out an immense amount of flow. You know, that's one of the things that is advantageous and a disadvantage, because excess flow means more runoff. So that's when we pump up the surfactant and we just keep it a little bit more ooey gooey on the roof so it sticks up there longer. And that's really it. So far, so good. We have had these in the past. This is probably the 3rd or the 4th gas-powered soft wash pump that we have run over the past, you know, 15 or so years. You have good luck with them, then there are issues, but there are issues with absolutely everything. And it's just something that, you know, it's part of the deal, right? You're gonna run into small issues here, you're gonna run into small issues here. And that's why I think it's good to kind of be diverse and have multiple weapons in your arsenal so you can go and attack every single job as needed. So let's get started with this roof and see how it performs. So I don't know if you noticed, but we also upgraded the hose. We used to have Flexzilla, which I think is rated for about 100 PSI. That kept like expanding, and it was getting kind of scary if you got off the trigger for too long, because the hose we had wasn't rated for something with this amount of power. So this is rated for 300 PSI, and it is by far, it's a little bit heavier. I don't know if you've been able to tell that yet.
Oh yeah.
But it's a little heavier, but at the end of the day, it's not going to burst, and it's going to do exactly what we need to do. And hell, you get a little workout in.
I'd rather have a slightly heavier hose that is more durable than constantly
Worrying
worrying about an older lightweight hose.
You got soap.
All right, so you can see the surfactant and the chemical is starting to come out.
Yep.
So now we're going to start on the roof.
Let's go. Okay, and let me also just say that I am not a gas soft wash pump guy now, right? We still have the 12 and the 24 volt pumps. We still have the 8 gallon per minute pressure washers, and we pretty much use them every single day. And it kind of reminds me of this quote that I heard one time, something like, if the only tool that you have is a hammer, then you tend to see every problem as a nail. And we all know that when we're out here on the job and we're trying to get things done, not every problem is the same, and you need to have different tools for any kind of problem that you might encounter, right? So you can get the job done quickly, efficiently, make the customer happy, and most importantly, not break your back doing it. And in this particular scenario, we're knocking out this roof. There are some angles here that would be a little bit more difficult to get using the 12 volt pump. Obviously, our pressure washers going to be able to hit it, but they are not going to be able to put a strong enough mix up on the roof. So we're using this today. And while we would probably hit about 70% of this roof from the ground, Mac apparently enjoys climbing on the roof like a monkey. He's up there for whatever reason, and he's going to spray from the top down. And that's not a big deal, not the most efficient in my opinion, but I'm going to let him do his thing. And I guess the process doesn't really matter here as long as the end result is going to exceed the customer's expectations, right? And what's funny about that saying is it kind of applies to a lot of times when we're out there, we're giving quotes and stuff to our customers. We shoot them over the price, and then they say, okay, that's great. I'd love to get on the schedule. How long is this going to take? Now, typically, they're asking because they just want to know, right? Plan their day. But sometimes it's because they want to try to start to negotiate based on the time you say it's going to take and the price that you gave them. And that's something that has happened on occasion to us, and it's something that you're probably going to experience yourself. And I promise you that if you haven't, you will. So get ready for it. And what I always say in a scenario like that is, you're not paying me for the time, right? You're paying me for the end result. And that's why we have all of these great tools at our disposal. That's why we go to the expense of equipping ourselves, training ourselves, educating ourselves, so we can be more efficient, so we can get things done as fast as possible while still maintaining the highest quality of service. So enough about that. This roof, another one of these insurance claims. I am absolutely loving the insurance industry right now. They are making us a shit ton of money. We have 3 roofs that are scheduled for today, right? The first one, $850. This one, $2,100. That's the roof and the gutter clean out. And we've got one more, which is a house, a roof, and a driveway combo for $1,800. And I think that's about $4,700, $4,800, something like that. So thank you, insurance industry. We appreciate you and we salute you. But the crazy thing is, this guy was telling me that he got back from vacation and he had a certified letter in his mailbox from his insurance company saying that they were going to cancel his policy on July 7th if he didn't comply with the requirements stipulated in that letter, which was the cleaning of the roof and the cleaning out of the gutters. And they also included a really shitty, grainy satellite image of his property stating that he also needed to have some trees removed because they were touching his roof. Now, clearly from the video that you guys are watching, you can see that there are no trees even close to touching this guy's roof. So he took some pictures, he fought that one, but he did have to comply with the roof wash and the gutter clean out. And he also has to provide the insurance company with the invoice from a company, a legitimate company like ours who uses Quote IQ to send invoices to prove that the work was done so his policy doesn't get canceled. And again, I love this for the industry, but I hate it as a homeowner. But I just had my roof replaced a couple years ago, so I should be in the clear.
I know.
Anyway, we're going to do our thing here. Like I said, we've got a decent little mix going on, some surfactant mixed in to make it ooey gooey. Don't forget to comment that down below. Don't forget to check out Quote IQ. You can get any tier for $1 for your first month. There's a link down there for that. And I hope that you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.